So I've been like moving and running and moving and moving and running. I'm just so tired. And I went to play tennis with my man yesterday. Do you know that I literally like broke down crying on the court? He was kicking my ass yesterday too, so that was a problem. That was a part of it. But I was also just too tired. I was just too tired. And in true cancer fashion, I just started crying on the court. I'm not proud of this. Thank you, Kadeem. Kadeem Hartson just wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate that. Shout out to all of y'all. Wish me a happy birthday. My cancers. My cancers. Um, but you know that I feel like so I went to Ireland last weekend, and I wasn't really in America. So shout out to everybody for regards from Kurdistan. God damn, we global, we global, we global, global, global. Shout out to that Kurdistan. All right, over there, Eastern Europe, in the Eastern situation. Um, so yeah, so I'm going to North Carolina next weekend, and that's the beginning of my tour of the Amanda Seals Black Outside Again tour. Is there anything y'all want me to specifically talk about on stage? Let me tell you something that I am doing is I'm having organizers come to my show and speak to the audience after the show about the work they're doing. So that's something I'm really trying to do in every city. I'm trying to do voter registration, just trying to use my platform and my tour to be able to, like, I don't know, start galvanizing folks around just around us. I think that there's a very long road ahead in terms of like challenging all the fuck shit that's happening. I just saw an article just now, and I put it in my it's Sunday, so I just saw an article just now, and I put it in my stories, and it was in the New York Post where a woman wrote an article about how, you know, Christians are tired of being attacked for their beliefs in America. And you know, the thing about it is that shitty Christians are tired of being attacked for their shitty beliefs in America. Like, I really feel like a lot of folks are giving a lot of like the good Christian people I know a bad Christian name. And I think a lot of y'all who consider yourselves to be Christian, y'all need to start boxing out. Y'all need to start boxing out, because let me tell you, a lot of folks running around calling themselves the same thing you calling yourself. And yes, I am coming to Minneapolis. Go to amandaseals.com and get your tickets. There's a lot of folks calling themselves Christians, and then and you calling yourself a Christian, and then you looking to the right and to the left, and you like, hold up, but we ain't the same type of Christian. Exactly. So you need to start boxing out and letting folks know that they can't just be calling themselves that because they're calling themselves that and giving you a bad name. Okay, giving you a bad name. The person who wrote the article was this woman who was complaining that when she was on Twitter, she complained that there was a character in a comic book that was named bisexual, and or that the character was bisexual, and then she was saying on her Twitter that she felt that was against Christian values, and what if a Christian parent wanted to share that comic book with their child? Listen, there's, I mean, literally, like in this article that I put on my Instagram, check it out in my stories. In this article, she's talking about how there's always been a Judeo-Christian foundation to the creating of this country. That's why we have words like "In God We Trust" and other, you know, Christian statements within the original makeup of this country. And so now the country is going back to its original Judeo-Christian beliefs. And I'm like, so was it Judeo-Christian for Thomas Jefferson to be fucking his slaves? Was that part of the Judeo-Christian beliefs? By the way, the same Thomas Jefferson, for what it's worth, he actually wrote that the Constitution should be rewritten. I think it was something like every 20 years. I may have the numbers wrong, but he had said that it should be rewritten ever so often so that new people are not living by old rules. But, you know, to try and cherry pick Judeo-Christian beliefs from the forefathers, etc. Like, everyone is just so fucking dumb. And don't get me wrong, I know that a lot of the shit I'm saying is just like me pissing in the wind, but I say it to kind of keep myself sane and also to remember to keep myself grounded and not swept up in also just like nihilism and the apathy that can happen when you start feeling like there's more of them than us. Like that's what happens. You start feeling like, well, fuck it, whatever. Like there's more of them than us, so that's what it is. And I'm just like, I mean, if if you really are out here like, yeah, the Judeo-Christian beliefs of this country that it was founded on. Okay, so let's talk about what this country was founded on. If you're like, you know, Judeo-Christian beliefs, like this country the country was stolen and then built by stolen people. Like, where's the what? I mean, I must not know much about Judeo-Christian beliefs. So, yeah. Um, Someone said, "You are too beautiful to be doing all this profanity." Let me show you beautiful and profanity. Fucking you, fuck you, fuck you. I'll say what I want and I'll be pretty while doing it. Fuck that, fuck you. I'm a 41-year-old motherfucker, and this motherfucker is here telling me how to motherfucking talk on my motherfucking live on motherfucking Sunday. What? Anywho, I just the audace, the audace. There's so much audacity that we have to now. I have to like abbreviate audacity because I have to say it so much I can't even say the whole word. Audace, like the audace. Picture that. Who the fuck telling me how to talk? That's crazy. Anyways, so anywho, someone said, please get with Joe Budden. Get with him? What do you mean get with him? Because in my day, telling somebody to get with somebody was about like a romantic connection. So that's not in any cards. There are no cards that include me getting with Joe Budden in that context. None. When will I be coming to England? I will be coming to England sometime because I spoke to my agent and was like, I need you to get me to England. I need you to get me to Jolly London, all right? Or to Manchester, to Brighton, wherever. I know that my accent is terrible. I know. But I have such a good time doing it. I have such a good time doing it, okay? I have such a good time. Now, you guys be asking me questions. Reminder, everybody, I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend. July 15th and through the 17th. 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, 1 shows on Sunday. I need y'all to come out. I need you to tell your I was about to say your Judeo-Christian friends. I need you to tell your Raleigh friends to come on out and check me out. I need you to do that. That's what I need you to do. And I need you to do that for all these shows on my tour. Because at the end of the fucking day, come out and see me. Because I'm talking about things and we doing things. All right? That's what we doing. Things. Now, what else are we talking about today? So the representative who was twerking in the handstand, that was interesting. Someone wants me to come to Canada. I am coming to Canada. I'll be in Montreal, Canada, July 27th to the 30th at the Just for Laughs Festival. Someone said, add Pennsylvania. I'm coming to Philly. That's going on the thing. Someone said, do you still have the Small Doses podcast? Yes. And actually, I do the Small Doses podcast every week. And you can now see and watch Small Doses podcast on YouTube at Amanda Seales TV. So if you are a Small Doses listener and you want to be a Small Doses viewer, I post the last. So like if an episode comes out on Wednesday, the next Wednesday you can watch it on YouTube. Stop asking me about what cities I'm going to be in because you can go to amandaseales.com and see all the cities. And there's more that are going to be adding. Someone said, would I dare to visit Boise, Idaho? It's not about would I dare to visit Boise, Idaho. I just don't want to. You feel me? I just don't want to. And I'm sure someone said she's actually a brilliant representative. Landmark Music, good. I'm glad she's a brilliant representative. But here's the trouble. When you do a video like that, it made people know you for that video and not for being a brilliant representative. That's really what ends up happening. That's what ends up happening. So there's that. you can listen to my podcast, Smart, Funny, and Black, on Sirius on Mondays, and then on wherever podcasts are sold are showed. So there's that. I know that representative. I'm sorry. Give me, what is her name? But I know that she was saying, that she went to an Ivy League school, and I feel like a lot of people, I'm not just going to put this on her, but I feel like a lot of people like put going to an Ivy League school as like some sort of, they make that as some sort of legitimizer of their intellect or of their like capabilities. And the truth of the matter is, like, you know who else went to an Ivy League school? George Bush. You know who else went to an Ivy League school? Donald Trump. Now, I'm not trying to undermine the value of going to an Ivy League school, and it is, somewhat harder to go to an Ivy League school, particularly if you're not a legacy child like those children. I went to an Ivy League school for my graduate degree, but I don't think that that's any like reason to say like that makes me, legit in any other way than somebody else, Anyways, so I'm really happy that y'all are excited about me coming to Rally, because I haven't done stand up in Rally, and I'm like, are there going to be 5 people in the audience? I hope not. I hope there's more than 5 people in the audience. Someone said my speaker sounded like there's water, and that's because my phone was sitting in a cup. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to set this up. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hold it. Is that what's gonna happen? Maybe if I sit it on the barbecue. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta like figure this out. What else are we talking about? Give me some stuff to talk about, y'all. Give me some stuff to talk about. Amanda, I love you. You better use your degree in African American Studies. All right. Let's see. Any questions? So if you have any questions, throw them in the question spot. But give me stuff to talk about. What can we talk about right now? How are the cats? Someone said lighthearted or deep. Just whatever you want me to talk about. Whether it's you want me to be funny, whether it's thoughtful. I don't know. Oh, I have a question for you guys. Should I be watching 90 Day Fiance? Would I have a good, should I be watching that and then doing reaction videos and posting it to the Amandaverse? By the way, if anybody doesn't know, the Amandaverse is my subscription only space just for Amanda fans. We are in there showing BTS. I'm in there showing, stuff that y'all would not necessarily get to see from my personal life. I also do a lot of commentary in there that I do not share on Instagram. We've got sketches and skits in there. There's just a lot of content that we're putting in there that you're not going to get anywhere else. You also, you get to see I'm going to be posting a new series to my YouTube called Amanda on the Move. And in the Amandaverse, you get to see that a week before everybody else. So go to theamandaverse.com. So people are saying that, yes, that's what I should do. I'm going to watch 90 Day Fiance. So I'm redoing my kitchen, and my contractor and I, we have a catch up every day down there. And he was telling me that there's always a point in 90 Day Fiance where they realize oh, I may have signed up for some shit that ain't what I thought I had signed up for. And that's what made me be like, ooh, maybe I do need to watch this. So I'm gonna do that. Now, someone asked, do I still do Smart, Funny, and Black? Yes, we do Smart, Funny, and Black, but it's a lot. On August 19th, it's going to be in DC before that. I'll be in DC with Smart, Funny, and Black on July 22nd. We got Baratunde Thurston versus comedian Mufasa, aka Cousin Skeeter. So it's going to be a hilarious time because they're both hilarious, but from very opposite ends of the hilarious spectrum. And they're also both very DC proud. So I'm excited about that. But I also know that I'm excited because we never get to do Smart, Funny, and Black like we used to, and now we get to. Someone said, can I interview you? Who else? The family. I mean, I am a canvas artist, so yes, I do. Now, as far as Smart, Funny, and Black merch, we are about to start. We are about to open the Smart, Funny, and Black store again. So yes, you cannot find it right now because there is nowhere to find it, and we will be opening the Smart, Funny, and Black merch store very soon. Okay, now. Still haven't got my ticket, but I do want to know what the bio ticket. Y'all got the box office tell. It like kicked me out. My bad, y'all. Y'all had put a gang of questions. There was like 31 questions, and the next thing I knew, kicked me out. Just took me out of there. I'm sorry. So, let's go back. Let's answer some questions, because what I was like, you know what is the kind of stuff, what do y'all want me to talk about? I haven't checked in for a minute. If you're just joining us, I'll be in the Raleigh Improv in North Carolina this weekend coming up, July 15th, 16th, and 17th, doing stand-up comedy. So it's going to be a time. I'm also going to have organizers from your community that are going to be coming to the show to talk to the audience about the work that they're doing. So I really am excited about building that bridge and hoping that I actually hope that the people in the audience have never heard of these people, because that way there's like a connection that can happen that didn't have that. You feel me? That's what I want. I want it to be that situation. I want it to be where people are finding out, oh shit, I didn't know this was work that was being done. I need to get involved. That's what I want. Okay. Questions. Do you believe Christianity is a white man's faith forced upon Africans to gain control? I mean, listen, I'm not a theologian, and I don't really know enough about the history of like the full realm of Christianity. I do know that there is a version of Christianity that was absolutely purported by the white man and shared with black people that were enslaved. That I know. That ain't the same Christianity that, folks was following in Ethiopia. You feel me? So there's that. Right? Because the truth of the matter is that once these people if you read like Abraham Kennedy's Stand from the Beginning, you really find out that like once slavery was thought through and there was like, okay, we're going to put this in action, there was a thought process around like, yeah, but like, are we still Christian if we're like putting people in slavery? And then they were like, well, maybe if we like save their souls while we enslave them, then we're not bad Christians. But then they were like, yeah, but like, if we save their souls, and that means that we're enslaving saved souls, like we can't do that. I mean, just the hoops that were jumped through to try and make this Christian thing work in alignment with absolute evil that's some white man shit, I believe. The literal creation of race and then trying to juxtapose it with like some type of spiritual, like true pure faith. How do those two align? They're completely antithetical. So yeah, I mean, also, I don't know if you know this too, but like they gave slaves Bibles that were like specific versions of the Bible that left out like certain parts of the Bible, and that were specifically just to try and train minds to like this whole idea of like, oh, forgive, you gotta forgive, forgiveness. Like, I mean, we acting like there weren't like complete wars and shit in the Bible. Like people weren't standing up for themselves in the Bible, right? So in a certain version of the Bible that was passed down to slaves, that wasn't the case. And it was really trying to teach folks like your only way to heaven is to basically let shit just go down. You got to let shit go down, and that makes you the truest. That makes you the truest of God's children, is you understanding that what's happening is God's work, and it is up to you to just deal with it. Y'all, the brainwashing is okay. So, yeah. There's that. Next question. Has the inflation affected me? Absolutely. The inflation has affected everybody. I mean, first of all, let's start with the fact that, like, I was on a TV show. We have since, gone off of the air. So I'm not in the same financial situation that I've been in for the past how many years. So there's that. Also, it's affected me in the fact that I'm a human being that drives a car. So that alone, that has just exponentially become okay, now you got to be more thoughtful about okay, is it really worth me driving there or nah? Is it really worth me missing that exit? You got to be really more conscious about that. Let me tell you a way that inflation has affected me that I did not expect. So I am getting my kitchen remodeled, and they were building the cabinets, and the cabinets were dumb expensive, and I was like, the fuck is this so goddamn expensive? When I was doing my research, it wasn't this expensive. And they said because the wood that is used to build the cabinets used to be $20 a sheet, and now it's $100 a sheet. Do you understand? That's crazy. Someone asked, do I have an electric vehicle? Obviously, I don't have an electric vehicle, or else this wouldn't be an issue. I will eventually have an electric vehicle. At present, I do not have an electric vehicle. But I just was like, I mean, that is such a crazy markup, right? And I haven't had a kitchen for 6 months. So I will have to, so I've been having to Postmate stuff. And then of course, I don't want to not be compensating the Postmates folks at the way that they should be. So I feel compelled to meet inflation with them and make sure I'm tipping them properly. So I feel when it comes to inflation, everybody is affected by it, no matter what. I do think that there's, of course, folks being affected in much more harsh ways than others. And we need to start being way more folks being affected in much more harsh ways than others. And we need to start being way more their prices to US dollars. $10. I was in Ireland and I saw them. I was in Ireland and I saw this interview. This man on the BBC was interviewing different folks about the economics going on, and he interviewed somebody in economics, or in the financial part of the Indian government, or a part of India's government. And he was like, do you think that you're it was a British man, but I'm not going to butcher his accent. But basically, do you think that you're supporting Russia by India purchasing gasoline from Russia or petrol from Russia? And the Indian man, in so many words, was basically like, we ain't supporting Russia. We ain't supporting Ukraine. But what we are supporting is that our people need gas. And so we going to get it how we get it. I know a lot of folks watching right now definitely are not really conscious or caring about the Russia-Ukraine situation. And so that spoke to me when he said that, because I was like, oh, I know a lot of people that could probably relate to that. What's your viewpoint or opinion on the BLM situation with the money? You should be able to very clearly show where the money that people are putting in is going. So for instance, I have the Amandaverse. People subscribe for $5 a month. They get content. So they can very clearly see that
I pay this $5 and I keep getting content every day. I get new shit from Amanda. I get classic shit from Amanda. I get exclusive shit from Amanda. That's the point. And by simply just supporting the Amandaverse and subscribing and putting $5 in the pocket, that also helps me to continue to create the free content that I do. Because as an independent artist, like, it's coming down to me having a space where I can make the shit that I want to for y'all and not having to depend on, like, the powers that be, etc. Eventually, I hope that the Amandaverse is a safe haven for y'all where you can come and be in, because the rest of the world looks so fucking janky that you need to have this like respite, and it only costs $5 to be there. That's what I want to create with the Amandaverse. So I'm consistently trying to figure out how to just make new content that speaks to mental health, new content that speaks to comedy, content that speaks to politics, content that speaks to my personal life, content that speaks to relationships, etc. Like, that's what I'm doing in the Amandaverse. So if you want to find out about the Amandaverse, check it out. And if you get an annual subscription to the Amandaverse, you get you a Seal Squad shirt, because the Amandaverse is like, those are my down ass folks. That's a Seal Squad. Okay, that's a Seal Squad. So when you pay $5 a month and you subscribe for an annual membership, you get a Seal Squad shirt designed by yours truly, by my hand. Okay, you hear me? So anyways, but that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't, with this nonprofit world, it gets a little sketchy McNetchy. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little sketchy McNetchy. And so someone said celebrities are steady getting financial support. How about you pay your loyal fans? What? First of all, steady getting financial support? You mean like getting paid to do a job? Is that what you mean? So I'm paying loyal fans. So I need to pay you for your loyalty. What? Well, see, the loyal part is that I keep showing up with shit that actually pours into you, that inspires you, that makes you laugh. Like, that's what I'm paying with. I'm paying with my fucking gifts and talent. So the fact that you looking to me saying I should pay you to support my art, I could see if I was Kim Kardashian. I'm not really like giving you anything other than just like a face. You right. Someone say he's trying to get a rise out of you. You right. You right. You right. Right now, one of my exes is texting me, asking me for advice with his new girl. And I just love it because he's one of my exes, but that's my nigga. And I love that he's got a new girl and that he really wants to make it work. Like, I love it. I really, really do. I just want everybody to be motherfucking happy, yo. I really do. And in this madness, you know what I love is whenever we hear stories about people still finding love in the fucking mayhem. Like, I'm watching Stranger Things, and in the midst of like literally the fucking upside down and all this crazy shit happening in Venka, you still got folks trying to make out. Like, you got folks trying to escape from prisons and shit, and they still trying to like get it in. Like, for real. Like, so you still got to try and find love. Like, for real, you still got to try and find love. Someone said, would I support AOC running for president? I would need to know more about like what her actual platform would be to know if I would vote for her as president. But do I support her running for president? Absolutely. We need some new fucking thoughts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone asked, how are you friends with an ex? You can only be friends with an ex if they're actually a friendly person. See, the problem is a lot of us are with people that don't even fucking like us. They don't really see us as friends. Okay? That's the problem. And I've spent so much time in my life liking people who don't like themselves. That's men in romantic relationships as well as friends in personal friendships. So it's like, you can't really be a friend with an ex if y'all don't have an actual friendship to stand on. And a lot of us have been in relationships with people, and then you get out and you realize, damn, like we actually weren't really friends. You know, I think one of the things that helps ground, like anytime me and my man have like gotten off course, the way that we end up getting grounded again is coming back to like, are we being friends with each other? Are we treating each other like friends would treat each other? Like, and then it's like that gives you like a, oh, right. Because so many of us treat our friends way better than we treat our significant others. Facts. So you can't be friends with all your exes. Also because, like, you know, some of them are your ex because they were a shitty fucking person. Right? Like, that's the problem. Sometimes you're not together because they just weren't the right person for the right time. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just weren't the right person. The musician Sir has a beautiful song, and he talks about how, like, in this song he talks about like, yo, like, like I couldn't be with you, like I met the right person at the wrong time, you know. And that's a real thing. I've had that with folks. I've also had folks who, like, I've also been with people who, when we were dating, like, they were actually, like, very trash. And then as they matured and as they, like, came to a place of clarity, were able to, one, recognize, like, the value of me being in their life. Two, they were also able to recognize, like, just like me as a person, right? And they were also able to identify their ways of fucking up. And so then we're able to come to Jesus, and boom, now we're able to be friends. So, like, that to me is like the best, when you can grow past things and you can acknowledge the past. I had an ex who we tried to be friends, and I was like, you know, when it comes to the way that you used to treat me in the past, like, how do you feel about that? And he was like, yeah, I try not to go back to the past and just move forward. Go fuck yourself. You're not on my level. You're not on my level. I don't like that. I don't like that shit. I try not to think about the past. Baby, the past is the key to the future. Okay? Because hindsight is 20/20. It's not saying you got to be stuck there. It's not saying that you got to ruminate there. But you absolutely have to examine there to know how to best move forward. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways. Okay. Another question. Hey, for everybody who's just joining us, I will be at the Rally Improv this weekend. Yeah. Friday, 2 shows. Saturday, 2 shows. Sunday, 1 show. Come and get your tickets. Amandaseals.com. I love talking about relationships. I fucking love talking about relationships. I swear to God, if I open these questions and you all are spoilering Stranger Things, I'm not done. I'm not done watching Stranger Things. So I best not see any spoilers in these questions. Okay. How do you keep up with your friends and family with such a busy schedule and with everything going on? You know what? That's a real thing, because you have to be conscious, and sometimes I've lost consciousness and just get real focused on, like, okay, I'm grinding, I'm trying to get this done, I'm trying to do that, etc., etc. And what are you doing? Where are you going? I don't know what he's doing. But I really feel like it's very much a, you're going to the gym? Okay, love you. But it's like you got to be conscious. I mean, everybody else is busy too. So that's the other thing. It's not like everybody's sitting around. I'm just like out here, you know, crazy. We all have to try and like make it work. So you have to be conscious about the fact that, like, it does require extra effort as adults. People got kids, people got pets, people got health issues, you know? So I try to be as much of a conscious, like, friend as possible. Shit, me and my homegirl Janice, we have a scheduled call every other Sunday. How about that? We have a schedule called every other Sunday, and we make sure that we stick to it. We got to do that. And that's not something that we kind of took for granted for a while, and then we was like, nah, we got to actually do that. And it's been great for our friendship and our sisterhood. It's been great. So there's that. Would I ever do an SFB Kids edition? You know what? That's something I would love to do. in a perfect world, I would do a Smart Funny and Black game, and then I would do a Smart Funny and Black kids game. And that's something that I'm really trying to figure out. And, you know, there's so many things trying to figure out. So someone asked what the name of my podcast is. I have 2 podcasts. I have Small Doses, and that's my solo podcast that I do. And then I have Smart Funny and Black Radio. So you can check that out as well. Okay, so let's answer some more questions, and then I'm going to head on out. Yes, I will be in Toronto for Just for Laughs Toronto. So look up that. I love talking about relationships. That's my favorite thing. This isn't about relationships, but how do we get Democrats